Yo, 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 yo.
What's good? It's the OG Fantasy Football Show. It's June 10th. We're talking wide receivers. Let's go, baby.
Meditate, then I celebrate. Tryna get the cake, I don't take a break. Yeah. Wait, grew up in the 90s, we was watching Ricky Lake. We was eating top ramen, no a TV dinner plate. I'm so epidemic, I'm a cause an epidemic. Put my feet up in the building, feeling like a tenant. When I get high, I ain't looking at the clock, still ballin' like
Welcome in. I'm your host, Steve-O, a.k.a. Stumpalicious. Joining me, as always, Willie Hill, a.k.a. your lady's favorite YouTuber.
You and
fantasy
your
analyst.
Nicknames.
Right? AKAs. I want to throw AKAs in.
Stumpalicious?
Stumpalicious, man. That's been the gamer tag since high school.
Come on, tighten up.
Tighten up.
Come on.
That's like the worst slogan ever, by the way. Tighten up.
Hey, it's a down south thing.
It is. It's all good, though. How you doing?
I'm good, bro.
Yep.
I'm good. I'm
Back
happy
in.
to be here, man. We talking my favorite spot.
Right? Fantasy?
I'm excited.
Bro, subs have been going crazy, man. I'm
I know.
loving it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Keep
Y'all
doing
have been
y'all
killing it with the support. We love y'all. Appreciate it. Keep coming back for more. Keep subscribing. Keep sharing.
thing. Yep, we got a lot more info.
Oh,
A
yeah.
lot more to get into.
Help y'all win some championships this year. I know I want to win a couple.
Right?
When's the last time you won one?
Here you go.
You see that face? I don't want that face next year. I want this face. But yeah, we
I'm
got.
always there though, but everybody.
Right, you're always in the playoffs though.
I know.
You're always in the hunt.
I'm always in the hunt.
Right? Yeah. All right, we're talking
Couple plays here.
Yeah, we got into some wide receivers today. We got some news to cover first. Right?
Yeah.
We got news.
Big news. Nick Chubb
Yes.
to the Texans.
Oh, big Nick Chubb to the Texans. How's that affect your Joe Mixon ranking?
It affected a little bit, but I don't think it affected that much.
Okay.
I think no Tank Dell, no Stephon Diggs. I mean, they high on Jalen Higgins, the wide receiver from Iowa State they drafted.
Yeah.
Everybody high on him. So, I mean, hey, it depends on what it is. I think they got it because Joe Mixon always getting nicked up. It's time to take some
That's why he wasn't in
miles off that
my
legs.
top 10.
He wasn't in my top 10 either.
He was
If
in
you
that
paid
fringe
attention,
range.
he was. He was gonna be like running back 13.
Yeah, I saw the borderlines.
He was gonna be running back 13. But
Yep.
I didn't get into those.
Oh, homeboy Aaron Rodgers finally found a home.
The home we always knew he had.
Right. There, he'll be happy in Pittsburgh.
It's the only home.
He can clap
When
it
you're
up.
homeless and the
Oh,
only person that's offering you a home.
Right. He does look like he belongs up there, man.
I don't know.
Like
bro.
him and Nick Sirianni got the same barber.
I don't know. Bro. Man, he should be in Pennsylvania though. I mean, it should be nice. He like dark places. I mean,
Green Bay,
ain't
Pennsylvania, it's kind of the same.
Ain't much to do in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, there ain't nothing in Pittsburgh. Like I grew up north. There ain't nothing going on in Green Bay.
See, I wouldn't know nothing.
There's a
about
bunch of single level suburbs in Green Bay for as far as the eye can see, and then a stadium in the middle, and that's it. And that's Green Bay.
that. I'm so
Yeah,
sad
right?
for those people in Green Bay.
That's I saw Matthew Golden post the other day.
It's too cold.
Matthew
man.
Golden was like, "Where's good to eat?" I just wanted to be like, "Bro, nothing. There's nowhere to go."
He could get some good cheese.
You get some cheese curds. You go to Culver's.
Hey.
No, we got but yeah, Aaron Rodgers of Pittsburgh. So they got a reliable pass thrower at least.
Maybe.
I mean, it's an upgrade from what they had.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't get it in my Aaron Rodgers analytics,
Yeah,
but
you
I
don't-
will.
he's been playing so long, you
I
don't
deliver
need to.
some of them for y'all when we get into quarterbacks again.
Yeah,
but
we'll cover some stuff. I think probably
Aaron
next week we'll get into some
he got hot last
tips,
year
tricks.
at the last half of the year, but I mean, pretty much the Jets was dead at that point.
Yeah.
But I mean,
It kind of clicked.
he
too
showed
late.
he was all right. I mean, towards the end of the year, maybe he could put that together. But how much he gonna work in OTAs and stuff like that, like in training camp? He always seems to miss some.
Well, he was there last
hockey
year.
time.
He was there.
No, he
in New
didn't.
York.
Remember, he missed.
I thought he was there the
had
first
that-
year, right?
He had that.
Excuse you, sir.
He had that trip to Egypt in the middle of the dang training camp, and
Hey, it's Egypt,
Robert
man.
Saleh. Remember, Robert Saleh came out and said he was gonna find him,
Uh-huh.
and then owner was like, "No, we're not gonna find him." And then,
It's Aaron Rodgers.
wow, ain't y'all gonna die for Aaron Rodgers out there in New York?
Yeah, but I mean, they paid a good price. I mean, $13.5 million.
But I
for a
mean,
year is
it's
not
better
bad.
than going out there and sliding out there with Mason Rudolph.
I mean, at least their quarterback's last name isn't literally interception now. Pickett's gone. You don't got to worry about it. You got a guy who can get the ball out of the pocket down the field. It's good for DK.
It is. I mean, how
Yeah.
good is it for DK? I'm you high on the DK train. I'm not high. on the
higher.
DK
I'm not
train.
crazy high on him.
I would have
proportion.
if I was Seattle, I would have took DK for George Pickens straight up.
You see, you love you some Pickens, man.
I do.
Yeah.
But the stats are definitely identical, and I want the younger talent that do the same exact thing.
Yeah. Yeah, we already covered that, but we'll get into these rankings a little bit more. Any other news going on? Oh, Jair Alexander.
Yeah, released by them. One of the top corners in the game, released by Green Bay.
I was surprised to see it.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see where he line up. Wherever he wind up, I mean.
He's going to a championship contender, right?
I mean, he should be.
Yeah.
I mean, wherever he lines up, I mean, he going to be.
Minnesota's right down the road.
Do Minnesota want him, though? I don't know.
Mean, their defense is good, and they could use the help in the secondary.
Their secondary was all right.
Yeah, it's not bad. But if you can add Jair Alexander, you're going to add Jair Alexander.
I feel like they added a cornerback in free agency, though, and we're just skipping over it.
Probably. Because it's not fantasy relevant, so it's out of mind. Yeah. Out of sight, out of mind.
That Vikings defense is a hot take for the for a top defense if you're looking.
It is, yeah. I mean, I don't really pay attention to defenses. You know that?
Yeah, I know you don't.
Yeah.
But I do a little bit, and I feel like
I stream week to week.
Yeah.
Play the matchup.
You are a streamer.
We'll get into this next week.
We're doing a streamer. You love streaming.
I do. Well, it keeps you active.
No, I don't like streaming. I like my team to be consistent.
You just want to set it and forget it.
Yeah.
You love that.
Spots.
That ESPN feature they added in last year. We can just like autofill. That's just autofill your team.
Nah. I like to do my own dirty work.
Yeah, I know.
I like to get into it. But
yep. The defense thing it's a preference because there's definitely people who will draft defenses early.
Yeah, I like my defense to be at least solid enough so I can set my defense and just forget it.
See, I'm okay taking one the last pick in the draft.
See, that's one of my spots where I feel like I had to waste a little draft pick on the defense and not have to worry about it for the rest of the year.
Yeah, and I'm okay worrying about it.
Nah, I'm not.
I'd rather take the shot on some lottery picks.
Nah, I'm not. Like defensive kicker, them two spots I don't want to have to worry about.
Oh, kicker! I don't care about kicker. I am this close to getting rid of kicker.
I be having so many options at wide receiver.
If you dum-dums didn't want kicker in the league, kicker would not be part of our league.
I didn't want kicker in the league. I was all part of the super flex.
I'm okay, but I'm trying to roll super flex. We'll probably do that as an additional league. I like keeping the standard league.
I mean, I do too, but I mean,
super flex.
If you can get rid of the kicker, you can. But I'd rather have a kicker and a defense like I said and forget. Everywhere else, I'm pretty good at like maneuvering.
Yep. Yeah, man. Justin Tucker. We never covered Justin Tucker, did we?
Oh, man. Horn dog.
Yeah, Tugger, man.
Oh, horn dog.
Are you going to ruin a Hall of Fame career because you can't spend $40 on a damn massage gun? It makes no sense to me.
Deshaun Watson.
That part.
The NFL has an issue with this.
Massages. Don't these teams have massage therapists on site?
Y'all should just cast banning in the NFL. Just be like, hey, no more
subscribe.
massages.
I got a massage gun right here. We're never going to have issues with massage therapists, okay?
I don't like
We are massage therapist friendly here.
Yeah, I got a girl for that. I'm all right.
She works things out.
Yeah, she works. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh, you know what's funny? I know our ladies don't watch the show. I was like, how'd you like our surprise sponsor? What sponsor?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
My girl said the same thing, too.
You said the same thing?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm like, man, y'all don't even watch it.
Nope. It's all good, though.
It's all right.
Yep.
They do what they supposed to do, though, during the week.
Right?
Yeah. Let's see how you do under pressure. Oh. Yeah. I've been wanting this forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off.
All right, man. Let's get into these rankings because we got a bunch to get into.
Yeah, we got a top 15 for y'all and maybe a plus.
Oh, there's definitely some pluses. There's the wide receivers are so deep. Like we could literally just talk wide receivers for hours.
We could, but
hours.
I
don't have the time to process all that.
Yeah,
just sitting here all day.
I gotta get in it.
Yeah, we can do the top 15. We'll do it the same way we did last week, where we're just kind of breaking them into tiers for y'all, make it a little easier. We'll try to be a little bit more organized too. Get y'all some stats, get y'all some rankings. Get y'all some championships.
Of course, championships. That's what it's all about.
Oh, absolutely, man. You want to go first? I mean, because I feel like the tops are kind of similar across the board, right? Again.
Yeah, I feel like that tier one. I mean, it's really only 3 names for me in that tier one. So I mean,
I'm curious if it's the same 3 I have.
Oh, of course. Everybody got the same 3. I feel like everybody got the same 3.
Which 3 you got in that first tier?
My first tier?
Yep.
Jets.
Jettas, yeah.
Jets, CD, and Jameer.
Yeah.
In my top 3.
Okay. So, yep, I got the same top 3. Jamar Chase, I don't think anything really needs to be said about Jamar Chase after the year he had last year.
Yeah, I mean, won the Triple Crown.
Yeah.
I mean,
What
else needs to be said about Jamar Chase?
And he does it every year. He's just very consistent and reliable.
Oh, is that your number 1?
That's my number 1.
Oh, no. Jets number 1 for me.
See, that's why we did tiers. Makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like Jettas, Jamar Chase, and then CD, just because of the volume they're going to get. Like, they all stay healthy. They never have injury concerns. If you want to take any 3 of those guys in the first round, you will be happy all year long.
Of course. And you definitely got you a real...
Set it and forget it in your wide receiver 1 spot. You're good for the whole year.
I'm all right.
Yep.
You get any one of them 3, you're pretty good.
Any stats we need to get into?
I mean, not really if you don't want to get into it too much.
No. I mean, it's Jamar... With the Jettas one, Jettas are going to ball out again, man.
I mean, Jettas...
It doesn't matter who throws in the ball. He just
I got some
catches
analytics
everything.
from Jetta. I mean, if you want to get into it, I mean, targets 153.
Yeah,
fourth in the NFL. Target share 29.9. Third in the NFL. Snap share 96.1. Second in the NFL.
Yeah.
Routes run 596. Seventh in the NFL. I mean, it really ain't no doubt about it. I mean...
No, and I think he has a legitimate shot to be the wide receiver number 1, only coming off of, 10 touchdowns last year?
Yeah.
I mean, if that goes up...
it was a down year in touchdowns, but I mean...
Yeah. And
quarterback play kind of died off it towards the end.
Roulette they were
It was still good for 6th
while.
in the NFL, though. So
Yeah, I mean, 10 touchdowns isn't nothing to sneeze at. I mean, he was still, wide receiver 2 last year? He was wide receiver 2 in rankings. And that was with 10 touchdowns. Yeah, Jamar was 1, JJ was 2.
Yeah.
But I think wide receiver 1 is a legitimate shot for him over Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much you expect Jameer numbers to die off a little bit. I mean,
yeah, there's going to
T.
be
Higgins didn't even hit 1,000
regression
yards last year. I mean, I expect T. Higgins to hit 1,000 this year. I mean,
yeah, well, T's
so
always
like
injured.
Yeah, exactly. I just feel like Jameer numbers just gonna fall off. I mean, a little bit.
I agree.
They got to make it make sense. I mean
it's
coming off a year where you
not to fall off a little bit.
You were number 1 in targets, 175. You was number 1 in red
Almost
zone
had
targets.
2,000 receiving
Listen
yards.
to this. Number 1 in red zone targets, 36.
Yeah.
36 red zone targets is crazy.
It's insane. And you didn't think since...
His running backs in the NFL don't even give you 36 red zone runs.
Like, and you didn't think Cincinnati was even that good last year.
I mean, they kind of weren't.
Yeah.
But that being
they
because
caught
they
on
start
at the
slow.
back half when Burrow and then boys started clicking.
Yeah, and they did. They self in a hole, and I mean, and it be so far that they can't get out of it.
Yeah, it was kind of the same situation Buffalo was in, but Buffalo made it.
Yeah.
It was sad to see. It would have been nice to see him in the playoffs.
Of course, Jameer Chase, number 1 in yak.
Yeah.
I mean, 787 yards.
Oh, he bullies people, dude.
I mean, come on.
This is a grown man.
Come on,
he bodies people.
The crazy part is he went for 1701. So you mean to tell me he had?
He's running.
If you stopped him at the point, he don't even hit 1,000 yards. But I mean,
yeah. No, he catches and he gets those yards. That's what I like about Jamar Chase.
He put the work in.
So we got Jamar Chase, Jettas.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the only one anybody have a debate about is CD. And I mean, like, I feel like everybody got that debate out coming off last year when that was injured and it kind of hurt CD numbers. But I mean, when you look at it, it really didn't. I mean, he was 152 targets. That was 6th. Target share 27.3%. 10th. Target rate 29.7%. That was 4th. Receptions, he was 5th with 101. Yak 537 was 5th. I mean, expected fantasy points per game 20.3. That was 6th in the NFL. And he finished with 1,194 yards.
He did it with no Dak.
Exactly. So I mean, you throw Dak back into the equation. I mean, you got CD going for at least 1,500 next year.
I think the community's sleeping on CD a little bit because of the down season last year. I think they are. And I think we're going to get a little bit of a discount. We're going to get that CD we got 2 years ago where he's number 1 and it's not even close. The CD that cost me a championship.
I wouldn't expect that CD from 2 years ago because, I mean, you got to throw into the equation. They paid a high ticket for George Pickens. So, I mean, he got to get some work in, too.
They just did nothing to support the backfield. So I think it's just going to be all.
The signing of Javonte Williams.
Yep.
All right, we don't expect Javonte to go off, but, I mean, hey, throw that thing 60 times and you got you 2 wide receivers that can go get it.
That part. And we're going to cover that a little bit later, too, because I got him in that little lower end of that tier towards, like, I think we did about like 15 apiece. He's like towards that bottom 15 for me. So we'll cover him in a little bit.
Who that?
Devontae. Is that what you were saying, Devontae? Adams?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And that Sean McVay said some Devontae and Puka.
Yeah, I got him.
Speaking of Puka,
on my low end of the tiers, too.
I think that's our next tier. Is that like that Puka Nacua tier? After that one, like Amon-Ra, Puka. But that's like that first tier. That's the break for you. Just those top 3.
Yeah, that's my top 3.
Yeah. So that's our first tier. Anything after that, I think there's upside, but those are pretty much just guaranteed smashes going into the season. Unless anything changes during camp, I don't see a reason not to draft these guys at the 1, any of them. But we can get our next one. Our next tier, I got.
Oh, you got Puka in your next tier.
Yeah, I got Puka.
I don't have Puka in my next tier.
No?
I have Puka another tier down.
Okay. See, I got Puka in the next tier.
Oh, yeah.
So like my next one is like Amon-Ra St. Brown, Brian Thomas Jr., Puka Nacua, Nico, and Neighbors. So it's a little bit bigger of a tier, but that's like that 1-2 turn where we're looking in drafts this year.
Yeah, I think I got Amon-Ra.
Yep.
I got Malik Neighbors.
Yep.
Nico.
Yes, sir.
Drake London.
I got Drake 1 lower.
Yeah, I got Drake.
And I should probably move him up. I was thinking about it when I was looking at it because I got ATL Drizzy. He's on the card up front this week, but he needs to get moved up.
Oh, and I slid another one in that tier was Terry McLaurin.
See, I got a little bit of regression coming for Terry because he balled out on touchdowns last year.
Yeah, but I mean,
13.
The yards and the receptions can improve.
Yeah, but if Jaden Daniels has the year everyone thinks he's going to have, Terry McLaurin will be a wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen for me personally. I think he just takes a little bit of a step back, getting older. But, I mean, he's just
consistent. I got some stats to back me up.
Oh, I know you do.
So just go ahead and talk your Puka.
But yeah, Puka Nacua, man. I got the Puka Nacua shell necklace on today just for him.
I got Puka rank just like a spot below. I got Puka rank just a spot below Terry McLaurin, though.
I got Amon-Ra above Puka. Don't get me like this isn't anti-Amon-Ra. I love Amon-Ra. He was my number 1 wide receiver last year.
Yeah, I got a lot of people over Puka, and that's mainly because I have a whole bunch of injury concerns on Puka.
That part. That's the only concern I have. Other than that, like he's a full go. He's a big dude, man.
Yeah.
Puka's like
But at some point, you have to expect for Puka to miss games.
Yeah, it's going to happen. But so far, it's been all good in camp this year. Like, no hamstring concerns, no back issues.
It always seems to be good.
As long as that, as long as we're good in August.
At some point during the season, it's just,
but yeah,
boom, they go back.
As long as he's got Stafford and Sean McVay, Puka Nacua is going to be a stud.
Yeah, I love Puka. Like I said, I have Puka, I think, top 10. He's an eye. Yeah. Probably. I just went with the more consistent, more reliable guys that be out on there on the field.
Yeah, and I absolutely have no problem with it. Like I said, it's preference.
Like the stats and the numbers, they definitely back up what Puka's been doing. I mean,
yeah, and he missed games last year, and he still almost had 1,000 yards. He had 80 or 79 receptions.
Yeah,
like he just goes out there and
he was third in fantasy points per game average with 18.8 before he got hurt.
Yeah,
I mean, he a top 5 receiver. I mean, target share 29.9%. That's fourth. Target rate 43.6% was first. He got a true catch rate of 109.7%,
which is crazy.
Which is definitely crazy.
Yeah,
but I think you should expect his numbers, if healthy, to just look more like 2023, where he was.
I agree completely. Yeah. But I think being in the system, having Devontae on the other side is going to be huge.
Yeah,
because it's not Cooper Kupp who's running little slot routes in the middle. It's going to be a big dude that you have to respect on the outside.
I mean, Devontae run a lot of inside routes too.
Yeah. Oh, he's a complete receiver. Like he knows the whole route tree.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like Cooper Kupp, they kind of utilize him as a gadget guy.
I think I ain't going down Cooper Kupp. I think Cooper Kupp was nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's my dude, man.
I just
You know I'm a Cooper Kupp guy.
I think it's like an even swap, to be honest. You got 1 for 1. You the only thing you got with Devontae is he's just a little bit more healthy.
Yeah. I mean, he's a lot more healthy.
Yeah.
But yeah, in that Sean McVay
want.
system, Stafford's going to throw the ball like 50 times a game.
Of course. Because it's Sean McVay.
Yeah, and that's why I got Devontae in like that bottom 15 too. So he's in like that lower tier for me, but he's still the only thing with Puka that scares me is the draft cost because he's going like the back of the first right now.
Yeah, I seen where a lot of people got Puka going, and I was just like, nah, I wouldn't buy Puka that high.
That's part like that makes me sad because I don't think I'm gonna get any Puka this year, which means my Puka Nakua shell necklace is gonna just collect dust.
I doubt you do.
Yeah,
get some Puka, but
especially at that spot, like I like running backs.
There's guys you could put ahead of Puka, and then you could be like, all right, I grab.
You mean like Malik Neighbors?
Of course.
Yeah, I got Malik Neighbors as he might be above Amon-Ra this year.
I got Malik Neighbors top 5 or behind Amon-Ra.
He's gonna get so much volume. It's gonna be ridiculous.
If I had it, I would have Amon-Ra number 4.
You got Amon-Ra 4?
Yeah, I got Amon-Ra number 4.
That's where I have Amon-Ra's 4.
18.6 fantasy points per game average last year. That was 4th. 115 receptions last year. That was 2nd in the NFL.
And
yards
he missed
was 5th.
games.
Yards was 5th. 12 touchdowns.
Yep.
Was 3rd. I mean, targets 142 was 8th. Target share 27.3%, 9th. Red zone targets 32, 2nd in the NFL behind Ja'Marr Chase.
The red zone targets. He is gonna
get that word.
Yeah. And it's gonna be the same thing this year.
And not to mention he got Jared Goff and Russell Wilson.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm just buying a little bit high. I mean, expected point added 105.5%. That was 2nd in the NFL. So I got him a little bit higher than Malik Neighbors.
Amon-Ra that's people sleep on him too, which makes no sense. You can always get him in like the back of the first round.
And you getting you a top 5 receiver. Yeah. And it's just I don't understand how people still sleep on Amon-Ra.
In my work league,
I'm even guilty of it, to be honest.
Sleeping on him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a couple drafts, couple years. I looked at Amon-Ra and I just kept going another way.
Yeah. If you when you do the deep dive analytics on him and you start looking at the dynamics and stuff like that of his on-field statistics.
Oh yeah, he eat
off the charts, man. Off the charts. Yeah.
He definitely eat.
But yeah, Malik Neighbors,
I would put 5th. I mean, I slide him in the top 5. I mean, he was slightly under Amon-Ra in the fantasy points per game. He was at 18.2. I mean,
that second tier of guys though, that are all going around like the back of the first round.
Yeah, I mean, second in NFL in targets, 170. I mean, target share 34.9%. First target
as
rate.
a rookie, the man was getting 34% target share.
Exactly, and the target rate of 31.2%. I mean, second.
Yeah.
Air yard 1,618, 4th. I mean, deep targets 28, 5th in the NFL.
You want to let them know like how many touchdowns this man had? Man only had how many?
7.
Yeah. 7 touchdowns.
Yeah, he only had 7 touchdowns this year.
And he was wide receiver 6.
Exactly.
And he missed games.
Exactly.
And now he's going into his sophomore year with a year of experience. He's had knowledge of his system. Malik Neighbors might be the wide receiver 1. Like there's like between him and Amon-Ra in the back of the first.
I just don't like
the offense. Quarterback. Yeah. That's the only thing.
I don't like it.
But would you rather, if you were in the back of the first, would you rather have Neighbors or Puka?
Oh, of course I'd take Malik Neighbors. Like I told you, I got Malik Neighbors 5. Puka's at like 9.
Yeah.
I got a couple guys I would take ahead of him. Especially.
But you're happy if you get Neighbors in the back of the first.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
If you catch Neighbors in the back of the 4th, you won.
Yeah.
Because more than likely, he's going to finish top 5. That's...
If you could start a draft and you can, like, say you go draft 11 and 12, you can go Neighbors and CMC. And then come back around and scoop you up like a Chase Brown in the 3rd. Or James Cook. You can go Neighbors, CMC, and Cook.
See, this is where we differ at because you want to go running back. You want to go receiver.
Neighbors locked into 1 already.
You want to go running back, receiver.
Yeah.
Running back. I want to go receiver, running back, receiver.
It would depend on how the board fell.
No, that's just my plan. I'm gonna grab me 2. I'm gonna grab me 2 of the top 15.
Yeah.
That's always
receivers?
been my strategy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what always been my bread and butter. That's what got me to the playoffs all these
See,
times.
I need to get better at identifying talent in season. Because we had Quan do that last year, where he drafted Drake London and then drafted BTJ, and then was just sitting on him all year. It was like, I got I got receivers. The man was loaded on receiver last year.
He was.
Yep, and couldn't move him.
That's what he ate. But what he lacked
too many receivers.
What he lacked that is his
running backs.
His running backs.
Uh-huh.
He didn't take. See, why I throw the game off is I'm gonna get me a top 10 back.
That part.
My back.
I'm have to have one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have me a top 10 back, and I'm gonna pair that with 2 top 15 wide receivers. Anything else, I could just piece together, and I got me a top.
Yeah, if you go into the
team.
playoffs and your roster rankings are anything but like top 10s and top 15s, you're screwed.
Yeah, that's just
it
how
doesn't
I do.
feel good.
That's how I do. If you want to be honest,
yep,
I got 2 players I drafted last year in my top 15 this year.
Who's up?
I got Mike Evans, and I got and I had Nico Collins. Remember?
Nico's in this tier for me.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's talk about Nico. A dude who had a down year last year.
Exactly.
Because of CJ Stroud.
Disrespectful, but look at this: 68 receptions for 1,006 yards.
You perked up a little bit
and
there.
7 touchdowns.
You like Nico?
Look, I love me some Nico. Hey, bro, I love me some Nico. It hurt my heart to give up Nico, but I gave up Nico for the right price.
Yeah,
I gave him up for Bijan. I had to take it.
It was the right move to do because he ended up doing nothing. Right?
Yeah, I had to take it because, like I said, I got another wide receiver that was in my top 10, and it was pretty much plug and play after that.
Yep.
And then I had
and
George.
It almost helps you win a championship.
And to be honest, George Pickens was actually putting in the top 20 work before he got.
Yeah, he helped him in those
injured.
playoff games.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
But no, Nico Collins, man, like he just balled out. Where was he last year? He was injured last year, so he wasn't even.
He wasn't even injured.
Neighbors. He was he even ranked in the top 15 last year? No. Yeah. Because of the injuries.
Yeah, that was just because of the injuries. But I mean,
he still had 1,000 receiving yards.
He only played 12 games last year.
Yeah.
I mean, he was borderline top 5.
He had 1,000 receiving yards on 12 games. Just think about that for a second.
His 17.6 average was
he
tied
had
with
1,000 receiving yards.
Listen to this. His 17.6 fantasy average last year was tied with CD Lamb.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you got no Tank Dell, no Stephon Diggs, and Nico was already wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
So I mean, you get into his target rate 28.8%, 9th in the NFL. Expected fantasy points per game was 18.5. That was 8th in the NFL. Target premium 39.3%, 7th in the NFL. This is what's gonna get most people.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna hear me talk dominator rating.
Yep.
When I talk dominating rating, that's a percentage of how much of a team's total receiving yards were accounted for.
Gotcha.
40.3%.
He accounts for almost half the offense.
For half the offense, 3rd in the NFL.
And what I liked, you were naming off like NFL stats, and he was top 10, top 10, top 10. That's not even fantasy.
Exactly.
And he's on the field. He's a stud, man. He just balls out.
Fantasy points per route were 0.61. That was 4th in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, dominator rating is the right phrase because he goes out and dominates people, man. He's
exactly.
Like bullies these little
You're talking
corners.
a top 3 dominator rating. Right?
Yeah.
I think the top 2 were Jameer and Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, which makes sense. Like, Jamar Chase is a bully on the edge.
Exactly. And Malik Neighbors got no other option.
Malik is that dude, right? He's got to get out the gates,
exactly,
man.
Right. He got no other option.
He's like a thoroughbred.
He turned into Saquon again.
Uh-huh.
And then we talking about explosive play. You talking about explosive play rate on Nico? I mean, 122.9. That was 5th.
Yeah. And he's going in the back of the first this year, so you get a slight discount on him because last year he was a top 5 pick.
Exactly.
And this year that's a legit number 1 where you're happy
and
with.
You probably gonna get you a top 5 finish.
Would you rather have Nico or Neighbors if you're in the back of the first round?
That's tough. You can't lose with both of them.
Exactly. I think I'd rather go Nico because I like the potential upside of that offense better.
I think I would go Malik because I like
the
injury history better.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point. I still think I would go Nico, though. And he's fun to watch.
Of course.
Man, he
Of
just
course. And
he
that
is
offense,
fun to
he
watch,
is-
man.
He's a stud
Yeah.
in the offense, bro.
Just stiff arming people, man.
Like, bro, he's
yeah.
a stud.
Well, Jair ain't going to that division.
deep-
I'm telling you that right now. He don't
Ain't-
want to see that twice a year.
Exactly, bro.
Nope. He's like, okay.
Exactly.
Where we going?
I mean, I got Drake London
Is it that same tier though?
in that same tier.
Yeah. Okay. Well, ATL Drizzy. I know I got Quan loves this man.
You know he let his man. He got no
Drizzy,
choice but to
yeah.
let his man because what Drake London did last
Yes,
year.
sir.
I mean, come on.
kinda did it on the low,
109
too.
receptions, 1,204 yards, and 7 touchdowns.
Mhm.
16.5 fantasy points per game last year.
Yeah.
He finished wide receiver 5 in total fantasy points last year.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
And did it out of nowhere.
The 100 receptions was 9th in the NFL. The 1,204 yards was 7th in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, coming in with Michael Penix, I mean, and
Yeah.
then you got Bijan Robinson. So,
And
I
the
mean,
targets are there.
come on, targets 157, third in
Yep.
the NFL. Target share 29.1,
And he's
6.
healthy too. He doesn't get injured. He's out there every play.
Exactly. Red zone targets 25,
He's
third
just
in the NFL.
a consistent guy to have on your roster.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Does the Penix scare you away at all?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit because you don't know how you're going to use it. But I mean, when you got your number one, you got to use them.
I think it's kind of the same situation Neighbors is in where you're not thrilled with the quarterback play,
Yeah,
but he's
but
going to
you-
get so much work. It doesn't
Exactly.
matter. You don't have to look
Exactly.
at the quarterback. You can just watch your dude all day.
Exactly. And his dominator rating was 36.37.
Yeah. So he's another dude who just goes. He's another PPR dude too. He just goes
Yeah.
out there, catches everything.
Yeah, 109 receptions, over 1,200 yards.
Top of these receiving rankings, I'm finding some similarities here.
Exactly.
It's like the rack yards, they kind of add up.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I love Atlanta. That's going to be a fun team to watch this year. Now that they are using Bijan right, the Pitts part, they need to get Pitts activated, man. I saw Pitts rumors, trade rumors for Pitts still,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
I mean, and then under that, in that same tier, I got Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, the Terry part, I like Terry. Ohio State dude, you know I love me some Terry.
Man, 82 receptions, 1,096 yards, and 13 touchdowns. 15.8 fantasy points per game.
Yeah. The only thing that scares me off of Terry is the age. He's almost 30 now. So like, when does that hill or when's that cliff hit?
We just talked Drake London dominator rating. You know who's right ahead of him? Terry McLaurin,
Is it Terry
37.2%.
Yeah. I don't like using the word dog. It gets overused now.
He is.
Terry's a fucking dog.
That's what he is.
Yep.
Contested catch rate, 58.6%.
Yeah.
6th in the NFL.
I mean, this was a dude whose dad is a coach in the NFL before he even got to the NFL. This dude's been doing it his whole life.
Bro, he eats. And
Yeah.
then you got to think of the way he eats. I mean, they so enamored with what Jalen Daniels doing in the backfield that they
That part.
mess around and leave Scary
Yep.
Terry open, going down the field.
And
And
everyone
no
forgets
wonder
about Brian Robinson Jr.
deep threats, 26,
Yep.
7th in the NFL.
And Jaden's so good with the deep ball, too. And it's not going anywhere.
Exactly.
And it's going to keep happening.
Exactly.
Because we see it like,
That's what he want to do when the play break down. He want to go down.
chuck it. Yeah.
And
it works.
He got one of the best wide receivers in the game doing it.
He's one of the most accurate deep ball throwers in the league right now.
He is.
And it's like Lamar Jackson. Jamar Jackson. But it's like with Lamar, he'll throw that. There's 4 or 5 design plays every game where he'll chuck it, just hoping to connect on something. With
Exactly.
Flowers.
Because that's what you got to do.
Yeah, and we'll see the same thing with Jaden and Terry this year.
Exactly.
And they upgraded the wide receiver room, so we'll see more consistent. It's going to get
Somewhat.
spread out.
Somewhat. It depends on how you
Somewhat.
got
I mean, it's
Debo.
better than it was last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that part. Jaden Daniels get another year of help. Besides that, the only thing that scares me on the Terry part is the touchdowns, because his stats were boosted last year because he had 13 of them.
I mean, there's nobody to take away the touchdowns, though.
Yeah, that's true too.
Who you got to show me? You got to point to somebody who's gonna get that work.
Is it going to be Ertz? Is this going to be a top 5 Zach Ertz year?
No.
Zach Ertz is a top 5.
I'm sorry.
I-
At 30, that's outrageous.
Yeah. Kelsey's like 50.
We all know. You just compare him to the golden tight ends, bro. He's up.
Right.
He's up right
Okay.
now.
Pump the brakes.
Yeah, just a
We'll
little
pump
bit, man.
No, it was just making fun of the old part, though. No, you're not wrong there. So it's either Washington's going to be bad or Terry's going to eat.
Terry
So,
got to eat.
Yeah.
If you don't eat, then the passing game ain't it.
I think you're right there. I think we need to go back and look at it a little bit more for me. Because I dropped him because I thought the touchdown regression would come in. But, I mean, if that offense is going to work the way people think it's going to work, then Terry needs to be respected a little bit more in my rankings.
I mean, they ain't even get a wide receiver on the other side to take away the deep balls, though.
Yeah. So does that wrap up that little tier there for you?
Yeah, that's my little tier there.
Like the next step down, like that second tier. We call that like A tier, not the S tier, but A tier.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who we got in there? Like, you got Amon-Ra, Puka?
Puka kick off my tier 3.
Yeah, okay. So Puka's in my tier because of what he can do when healthy.
Yeah.
So besides Puka, you got Amon-Ra, Neighbors, Nico.
Amon-Ra, Neighbors, Nico.
Yep.
And Terry McLaurin.
And Terry McLaurin and Drake London.
And Drake London.
Yep. Yeah.
Got 4 in that tier.
Yeah, that's a good tier to have.
Yeah.
So I don't really, besides the injury history with Puka and like Neighbors, a little bit with Nico. Any issues with any of those guys?
No.
Anything to be scared of, or is it just the injury stuff? That's
just really the injury concern that really throws my attention. Any one of them guys got the potential to finish top 10, top 5.
I actually think I like that group of receivers better because it opens up your draft options more.
Yeah.
At the back of the first.
I give you more options in the back of the first because
you lock up a wide receiver 1.
To be honest, if you miss out on the first 3 guys, I mean, you can grab one of these guys later and you'll be just fine.
And they still have legitimate shots of being the wide receiver 1. You can make valid cases for almost all 5 of those guys. Of course. That's what I like, is the saved value you get by drafting 4 or 5 spots later, and then the additional options you get for drafting running backs or wide receivers in the second round.
Exactly.
Which I like. So that next tier, a little B tier. So these are like guys that are going like, probably around like the second rounds. Yeah. I think for the most part.
Yeah, that's why I would put them in there.
I mean, there's a couple of like.
That's why I got Puka.
Sneaky sprinkles in there.
That's why I got Puka at, and that's where I said the tier starts. I mean, I would say that if I had Puka in the second round, I would take him.
Which is why you're not drafting Puka at all this year.
Yeah, I'm not drafting the Puka in the first round.
I've started to notice is like, if he's ranked here.
In my head.
But you got guys ranked above him that are getting drafted later. We're not drafting them.
Yeah, I'm not.
Take the value.
Yeah.
And the stats.
Taking the value and the stats. You know me.
Yep.
When it comes to receivers, I'm definitely going to take my value and my stat.
That's how I draft receivers too.
Yeah.
Which works out most of the time, but it's frustrating. I want to get better at receiver, man. I need to get better.
Yeah. I got Brian Thomas Jr. in that tier with Puka, though.
I did too.
He right there. I mean, 87 receptions, 1,282 yards, and 10 touchdowns.
Yeah.
My only issue with Brian Thomas Jr. was I'm scared the Jaguars are going to force feed Travis Hunter a Rookie of the Year. Yeah. Which would be a mistake. In my head, y'all already have a number 1 wide receiver.
They do.
Y'all need to make him a number 2 and make his effect be on the defensive end.
Talking about Travis?
Yes.
I agree.
He shouldn't take looks away from Brian Thomas Jr. I mean, when you go into it, air yards, he had 1,542 air yards, 8th. Deep targets, 28th, 5th in the NFL. Receiving yards was 3rd in the NFL.
Out of nowhere, too. Like, Brian Thomas Jr., I was sleeping on Brian Thomas Jr. last year.
Yeah.
I knew he was – I knew what he was capable of.
Exactly.
I didn't draft him in any leagues because we live in Jacksonville. He was going 3 rounds earlier than everywhere else.
Exactly.
Which is another thing. Like, you got to be
aware of your leagues. Things. Yeah.
Because, like, in ours, Josh Allen, first round, he's gone every year in the first round.
He went faster than we thought because
he was a guy you were supposed to get in the 10th round was going in the 7th or 8th because he plays in our hometown.
Exactly.
But, I mean, even besides this value you got, after the first month, even that first month, he was good.
Exactly. He can't add value all year.
Yeah. He hit the field and just balled.
Exactly. I mean, 1,200 yards as a rookie. I mean,
as a rookie.
In yards after the catch, he was 4th with 562 yards. I mean, we was just talking dominator rating, 43.6%. 2nd.
Yeah. And they lost Evan Ingram.
Exactly. So what do you expect going to happen?
It's going to be more of the same.
Exactly.
Even if that drops to below 40%.
That's why my fears is that they're going to try and force feed it to Travis Hunter, and it's just, I hope that's not where they go with this.
I don't think it is. That hasn't really been the. We watched the Liam Cohen offense last year. They don't force feed people; they spread it out.
They do.
Yeah,
but they don't really have the personnel to spread it out like he did last year.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he had Chris Godman, K.I., Mike Evans, Jackie
the motley
McMillan.
crew that they assembled and threw out on the field.
Yeah, I mean,
when Tim Tebow's
it's not that
getting
deep.
work in at
now
tight
you
end.
lost Evan Ingram. So I mean, what Liam Cohen really got to work with is BTJ and Travis Hunter,
which is why I had him slightly ranked higher. Like I had him in that tier. I bumped him up a little bit because I was like, the opportunities there with the target, the target vacancy that Evan Ingram opened up. There's going to be some extra targets there.
It is.
I mean, he had almost 90 receptions last year, which is bananas. And he's going to be better going into year 2.
Exactly. He got to be better. I mean, explosive play rate of 121.3. I mean, 8th in the NFL. I mean, what you expect?
Yeah.
What's
if he's
happen?
that dude, I need to go back and watch some college stuff because I didn't watch any college
he was
tape.
that deal in LSU.
Yeah.
Him and Malik Neighbors
From
was
wide
a problem.
receiver you, man.
Him and Malik Neighbors were paired together. They were a problem.
Yes.
With Jaden Daniels throwing the ball. How that didn't equal a national championship, you got to ask Brian Kelly.
Why were we all sleeping on this? Like when we knew the story. When we still let Neighbors go in the 3rd round last year in drafts? And then BTJ, like 3rd or 5th. He was going like somewhere in that range last year. Neighbors was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Brian Thomas Jr. was going like the 10th, 11th round of drafts.
Exactly. Not in our draft, though.
Not in ours, no.
In our draft, he was
gone in the 8th, 7th, 8th round.
Well, that's what the benefit for being the Jackson.
Duo.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's going to be nonstop until this man is no longer the coach here.
No. He ain't going to be a coach here for a long time.
Wow. You sure?
I actually believe in Liam Cohen. I feel like it was a good idea for Trevor to get him an offensive mind. And
I agree with that part. I'm not sold on the Liam Cohen part yet.
I got to see him lead. He seemed
part.
He seemed a little weird.
He's a numbers nerd. That's what he reminds me of.
I'm low-key a numbers nerd, too.
Me
but
too.
I ain't no weirdo.
Right?
He a little weird.
Man has a pocket protector. Like, that's the level we're talking about here. Like, you can see this man walking around the office with his pocket protector. We're going to do some stats and analytics today, guys. We get these numbers going.
Yeah. Oh, no. On all that.
No, but Brian Thomas Jr. in this offense and what we saw in Tampa Bay last year is why Trevor Lawrence is one of my sleeper quarterbacks this year. Yeah. I am super high on Trevor Lawrence this year.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's going in the 12th round of drafts, man. He's free.
He should be.
Yeah. That's okay. You know, I'll take my discount quarterback because you can draft Brian Thomas Jr. in the back of the 1st round and then get your quarterback in the 12th and fill your roster up and get you a little stack in between.
You planning on starting Trevor Lawrence?
Are you planning on starting Brian Thomas?
Of course.
Okay. Then I plan on starting Trevor Lawrence. If you get them both, you can stack them. That's a good stack
No.
Yes.
No. The turnovers are scary.
I think it goes down.
How?
I think the turnovers go down.
Did he just develop a new brain?
Yeah. That's what happened. He had the dad brain, man.
What about the year before that? The man came off a 5-interception playoff win, bro.
He had butter on his fingers.
Bruh.
That's what happened.
Bro, he had 5 interceptions in a playoff win. Like,
it was his first playoff game.
So?
He was nervous.
Who? What?
No.
Okay.
I like Trevor Lawrence as a sleeper pick.
Okay. I understand it's a sleeper.
But if Brian Thomas Jr. is going to have the
year
year
he
we
need to stay asleep, though.
think he has. And Travis Hunter is going to be a good receiver. I don't think he's going to be like a top 15. He might sneak into that 20 range. Probably like 28.
25.
Yeah, 28, 25. But yeah, we're in the same kind of area. Who else you got in that one?
I got my dog T. Higgins.
See, I like T. Higgins. I don't like the injury health of T. Higgins.
I don't, but I got to assume everything is.
And it's every year.
Everything.
I don't have to deal with it, but I know someone who does, and it's not fun.
Get into it. I mean, he said he got a new diet this year. I mean.
Okay. I mean, it helps. It definitely helps. You got Caleb Williams on the old Tom Brady diet too. But T. Higgins, why are you high on T. Higgins?
I mean, last year he had an 18.5 fantasy average.
Yeah, when he was on the field.
When he was on the field, I mean, besides missing them games, 73 receptions, 911 yards.
And I love T. Higgins, man. I really do. You know I like big receivers. I'm a big receiver dude.
I love T. Higgins.
Man's a monster.
He is.
Bro, 6'4", 220. He'd be in the WWE.
Yeah, I mean his fantasy points per game average was at 18.5. I mean, sixth in the NFL. Sixth.
Yeah. And what I like is
Joe Burrow throw it. I mean, the only concern I have is the injury history, but I told you I got the same injury concern with Puka. But
yeah. Well, the thing that I like is the injury. I'm okay with the injury history because you get a little bit of a discount with T. Higgins. You don't have to spend a first or second round pick on him. You can get him in the third round.
Fourth round.
And then
you might wind up with a top 10 wide receiver.
If you need to substitute him, you're okay with it. I don't see top 10. I see top 15. I can see Jamar Chase being 1 and then Higgins in like that 12 spot.
I mean, they got no other option, bro.
Yeah. I mean, they got Yoshivas. They got Tim Burton or Jermaine Burton.
They got no other option.
You don't like Gesicki? No.
Gesicki got his work last year, but man, Joe Burrow finna throw it 65 times.
Yeah, a game.
Exactly. So I mean,
no, you're not wrong. I like T. Higgins. It was just the injury health. That's why I didn't have him.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, injury health. It's a lot of concerns. I got Tyreek on this list, and we want to talk injury concerns. It ain't even him. It's the quarterback.
I felt so bad putting him so low on the list, man.
I did too. I wanted to put him in my top 5, but then I was just like, oh, man, if Tua get hurt.
That part. Do you think the injuries are like injuries, or is it like this man's still injured? Like, I don't want to go out there today.
I don't know what to call it, but all I know is I was like, man, if Tua get hurt,
right?
Bro, I took him in the first round last year, and Tua got hurt. You couldn't even.
I felt so bad for everyone who drafted Tyreek Hill last year.
You couldn't even end the year with him.
Like, it was you couldn't do anything. You couldn't trade him. You can't drop him because he could go off. And then if someone else picks him up,
81
and he goes off,
receptions, 915 yards, 6 touchdowns. I mean, Tyreek still did his thing.
Yeah, I mean, you can get Tyreek Hill in the third round this year. He's dropping in drafts, and I think we're gonna he might drop to the fourth round, the later that we get in the year. I think the more camp news we'll hear, I think he's gonna continue to drop.
If he drops to the fourth round, you know I'm gonna take him.
That's an auto pick.
Don't let him slip.
Nope. If Tyreek Hill's in the third round, that's an auto.
Bro, you got to go into the season assuming everybody's healthy. And I mean, if Tua's healthy, I mean, where you want to go? I mean, the dominator rating that year in 2023 when he was healthy, 43.1%. He was first. Expected points added, he had 103.5. That was third. Targets, he was first. Target share, he was first. Target rate, first. Receptions, he was second. Touchdowns, he was second. Yards, he was first.
You can keep talking. I like what I'm hearing, man. One.
Come on, man.
Two.
Like,
when Tua is on the field, that's the best combo in the NFL.
Tua, exactly.
Hands down.
That's when it got to be. I mean, I don't know how to better explain it.
There's a couple things you can't train for. You can't train to be faster.
And
you're just
my tier stops at T. Higgins, and then it goes into the Tyreek Hill tier.
Yeah.
And I gotta assume, man, if he healthy, then man, you damn right. I take Tyreek Hill in the first round if I know Tua gonna play 16 games, 17
I hope
games.
he doesn't go up there. I'm gonna keep ignoring him in mock drafts. That way he just stays low.
The magic mark for me, I said, if Tua plays more than 12 games, Tyreek Hill is top 5.
A top 5 quarterback.
No, yeah, Tyreek Hill will be a top 5 receiver if Tua play 12 games.
Absolutely.
But can we get to that 12 game mark? That's the question.
Like the Tyreek health, I don't really have an issue with.
Exactly. I don't have an issue with Tyreek Hill at all.
It hasn't really been a concern his entire career
whatsoever about Tyreek Hill.
He had some issues
My injury concern ain't even his injury. It's the quarterback injury.
I think it was scoreboard injuries. That's what it was last year. This man was tired of getting worked and not getting the ball.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. I ain't finna run all this cardio.
We tired.
This cardio.
We tired.
Y'all just throwing quarterbacks out here. This is cardio. I'm
want some
running.
water.
Exactly. I ain't even getting the ball. Y'all dumbing it off the Jonnu Smith.
Right.
Hey, bro.
Man. You can draft running back, and get Tyreek Hill in the third as your wide receiver one. Which is crazy this year.
You could. But that's outrageous, bro.
Yeah.
If you do that, that's just wild. And I do got a little plan.
That's risking it for the biscuit right there.
I do got a little plan for that.
Yeah.
And don't be surprised y'all see me with a Bijan and, you know, Malik Neighbors, Tyreek Hill going on.
Nah, you're not
that's
getting
outrageous.
Bijan
I
and
can't get
Neighbors
Bijan
on the same team.
Maybe.
You're not getting them on the same team.
Maybe. Some people sleep.
Yeah.
If they got your Puka love.
I'm not in on Puka.
You know who I could catch? I could catch that Bijan, Nico, Tyreek Hill.
You could. Ooh. I like that.
Yeah.
I think I like Jahmyr Gibbs better, but
put him to sleep.
Nah,
I love me some Bijan.
But yeah, that's a little tier. That's a weird little tier, man. Because it's like old vets and like guys who are in good systems.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's your value wide receiver tier, I think.
Exactly.
That's
and then,
the meat and potatoes of your roster.
Typically at the bottom tier, it's a lot of young guys and a couple of vets. That proved it.
Or like the Marvin Harrison Juniors who didn't prove it last year, but have all the talent in the world and should.
Yeah, didn't make my tiers.
Yeah, he was. I see him in people's top 15s, and I'm like, I can't do it, man. I got to see it first.
Yeah.
Because I don't trust Kyler.
Exactly. Got nothing to do with him.
Nope. It has nothing to do.
Nothing to do with him. That's why my Jackson Smith and Jacob Love was kind of like,
Yeah.
I don't love Sam Darnold.
Like I don't have JSN in my rankings for that topper tier.
And it's just because he lost Geno. He got worse at that position.
That part. And
then he also lost DK, and didn't Tyler Lockett retire?
He's old. If he didn't retire, he's old.
So I mean, hey.
Yeah.
Now you wide receiver one. Now it's different when
he's young Tyler Lockett.
When the offense got to shift to you.
That part. But he's been that dude since he was in high school, man. He's
Yeah,
the number one prospect in high school.
Bro, he's nice.
He's the number one wide receiver when he was at Ohio State.
He's nice, and I think he's also a guy like me and you is a guy you might could catch in the flex.
Yeah. Oh, JSN?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, if you get JSN in the flex, you're a happy person.
Exactly.
Yo, that's a nice little roster there.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You got me
Pair him with some
Tyreek
Tyreek
over here.
You can get
Tyreek Hill,
yep.
Nico, Bijan,
Nico and Tyreek.
JSN.
And yeah.
Give me Omarion Hampton too at running back too.
That's why I'm high on.
Bro, y'all dead.
That's why I'm high on wide receiver this year at the top of drafts because of all the rookie running backs.
Y'all dead.
You can go super wide receiver heavy and then get Omari and Hampton
and
in
then
like
I catch
fourth round.
I catch me a Laporta or something at tight end.
Right? Whoever's running the ball in Dallas because they're gonna go in double-digit rounds.
Championship.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Championship.
I noticed you didn't talk about Lad McConkey.
I skipped Lad McConkey to go to Tyreek Hill.
Oh, but he's in that tier for you.
Yeah,
though.
he definitely in that.
All right, let's get into.
Come on, big lad.
The Lad McConkiner.
Yeah,
I'll put my McConkiner.
Yeah, he a Georgia.
Yeah. See, I shouldn't have.
I ain't gonna talk about that.
I need to get my SEC knowledge up to par, sir.
Yeah, just a little bit. It means more here. All right. Anyways.
But yeah, we can talk about some Lad, man.
Man, 82 receptions, 1,149 yards, and 7 touchdowns, man. A 15.1 average last year. Man, Lad McConkey, man. My third sophomore in these tiers, bro.
Right. This was crazy. Last year was crazy for wide receivers.
Stacked.
Yes.
Stacked.
It might be.
And we ain't even getting into no Roma Dunze love or none of that. It was stacked.
You know I love Rome.
It was stacked.
It was.
Xavier Worthy. It was
that part.
Yeah.
Like
it was a hell. Yeah.
There's a lot of receivers like after you get past that third round, where you can just kind of I think like lump them together for like 3 rounds. Like the third through the sixth, it's all kind of grouped together. It's messy, and I don't want any part of it.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I'm leaning running back in those rounds. Like, give me the garbage time running backs this year. I want the dead zone running backs this year. I'll go wide receiver.
I just like my method at running back.
Yeah.
Man, get your top 5 and get your top 20.
I like value.
Get the top 5 and the top 20. You got you something going.
Yeah. But Lad McConkey is going to be so good this year. Now he has Justin Herbert healthy.
Last year, 1,194 yards, 9th in the NFL.
That part, man.
Come on, man. He only had 112 targets on him.
Dude almost snuck in as a top 10 wide receiver last year in fantasy.
Exactly. Dominated rating was 31.6%, 12th.
Yeah. It was only 31%.
Yep.
And he was almost a top 10 wide receiver.
Explosive play rate was 113.9. That was 14th in the NFL.
Yeah.
Expected points added was 79.5. That was 6th in the NFL. A production premium of plus 13.6, 8th in the NFL. Listen to this. Contested catch rate, 59.8%. 5th in the NFL.
I was about to say, that is super high. Like, the man catches.
For a little man.
Yeah.
Exactly. And drops.
Literally,
2.
I mean, he ain't like.
Drops 2.
Oh, he got glue on them hands. Check the hands. Check them.
Hey, man, Ladd.
You got to stick them.
I was trying to find a way to get my boy Ladd in the 10, but I snuck him in at 11. That's why I got him slotted at 11. So
I think the hard ball is the only thing that's holding him back.
Yeah, you know he want to run that ball.
Yeah, he's going to pound the rock, man.
But
they're gonna
man,
pound
with
it.
Ladd working, I mean, hey, man, get you some Ladd love, man. I picked him up last year.
I drafted
off the
him.
waivers. I know.
And then I dropped. Oh, the
Thank
waivers.
you.
You had to remind me.
Thank you.
Yeah, at least he went to a good home, man.
Yeah, he did.
I'm glad
we appreciated him.
Yes.
he found a home that appreciated and loved him, and I was able to pair that with Mike Evans.
Yeah,
who was actually next on this list.
He's a stud. Mike Evans just balls out every year. All he does is catch 1,000 yards. He
That's
gets
it.
1,000 yards every year.
That's all you got to do.
I think he can just have like tally marks on his arms for 1,000-yard seasons.
I mean,
This
come
man's
on.
gonna be sleeved up. Like all he does is go out there, catch 1,000 yards, get touchdowns, and now he's going back into his system.
Touchdowns 11th. Mike Evans 4th in
It's
the
double
NFL.
digits. You get 1,000 yards and double-digit touchdowns when you draft
I mean,
Mike
come
Evans.
on. Air yard share 38.5%, 10th
Yep.
in the NFL. Explosive play rate 114.6, 13th in the NFL.
And he still gets disrespected in drafts.
Exactly.
This man's going in the back of the third round, like on the 3-4 turn.
Listen to this. Fantasy points per route 0.58, 7th in the NFL.
Per route. Man's getting a point per route. A point per route.
That's why I called him in last year.
Yeah.
I don't think he was even my first
Yeah.
wide receiver drafted.
I thought PPR stood for point per reception.
I think George Pickens was my first wide receiver I drafted last year.
That's
I
ugly.
think I called I might be lying. I think I called George Pickens like so late.
Yeah.
Like so late.
Well, there's probably a reason
Because
for that.
it was a shock that I found him there.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, they got George Pickens in the 9th?
That's
What they doing? I'm finna take him.
But I really like this group of wide receivers though. Like I'm not super high on like those top 3. Like I usually don't draft the top 3 dudes. Like,
Yeah, I think the top 3 are more so. I mean,
that's a choice. When you take a top 3 receiver, you're
I think
choosing to define your team
top
a specific
3, I mean,
way.
it's really a top 2 I trust in Jameer and Justin Jefferson. But I mean, I feel like you could throw CD in tier 2 and then.
It's just you have to make a decision when you draft
Exactly.
that guy. It's like this is a wide receiver team.
Exactly, and you got to think. Of
I'm not
everything else
comfortable
they
with
got
that
working.
yet. It's like, I like building running backs, man.
Yeah, I love it.
But I like these middle round wide receivers because there's value to be had.
These not even middle round wide receivers. We talking
Third?
like 3rd.
I mean, I would call that middle.
I mean, in a way.
Well, anything past the 10th, I would consider like lottery picks, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, shots like you're just taking lottery shots. You're buying
Yeah.
scratchers.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I really like
your surefire guys.
Lad
I mean, I feel like
McConkey,
them the first 3 names that's gonna hop
Mike
on the
Evans.
board.
Yeah, like, Mike Evans in the 4th round is disrespectful.
Exactly, but if you can get him in the 4th round, I mean,
Oh, you're happy
now
as
you
hell.
talking about a Mike Evans, Tyree Hill stack.
I want to draft a guy who's going to get me 1,000 yards and double-digit touchdowns every year. And then you can just set him in your lineup. He's going to stay healthy, and you don't have to worry about it. It's so nice. You got wide receiver too.
I had Mike Evans last year, man.
I know you did.
what it was. 17.2 fantasy points per game.
Yeah, and now he's gonna do it again.
I know
He
that's
loaded up
what
with
he
Baker.
always do.
Yeah.
Shake and bake,
Yep.
gonna make it happen.
Yes, sir.
And Chris Godwin coming back from that injury.
Yeah.
Now I had my 14th. I would have put on my boy Garrett Wilson, man.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
I did
Show
slide
some
Garrett
love.
Wilson in there. I got him
Show
at the
some
bottom of
love.
my tier, man. In our
Show
tier
some
rankings,
love. I mean,
this
what you want to do? I mean,
was a
target-
top 10 wide receiver in fantasy last year.
Of course.
He was a top 10 wide receiver in fantasy. I think
He
it needs to be
always
repeated
I feel
because
like
we're
he
sleeping
always
on
a
this
top
man.
10 wide receiver in fantasy, and I feel like because the Jets had that down year with Aaron Rodgers,
Oh, that was a garbage year.
it don't matter who it is though.
And it's been the same story
Zach
the last
Wilson,
3 years.
Aaron Rodgers, Tim Boyle, whoever it is, Garrett Wilson eat, man. Targets 153, fourth in the NFL. Snap share 96.5%, first in the NFL. Routes ran 645, third in the NFL. Route percentage 99.7%, sixth in the NFL.
Yep.
Red zone targets 23, seventh in the NFL. Receptions 101, fifth in the NFL. Yards 1,004, 11th in the NFL.
Yep.
What you want? Top 10?
Stud.
Exactly.
He was a stud at Ohio State. He's
And
a better
everybody
wide
asks me
receiver
why I
than Chris
always
Olave.
and he got the nerve to ask me why I always drag Garrett Wilson. Do I need to run off these stats again?
He's one of the best receivers in the NFL.
Of course he
He
is.
just doesn't have anyone to get him the ball.
Of course he is.
He catches everything. The man has to do acrobats to get a damn touchdown.
Bro.
You remember the first touchdown he had last year?
No.
I know you do. Because you texted me. Because it was that circus catch in the back of the end zone. Uh-huh.
With Garland on his knee.
Yeah. Where he
He caught it on his knee.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was his first one of the year.
Yeah, I love that. Hey, Garrett Wilson is a dog,
Yes,
but
sir.
he is a dog. Them Ohio State, man, wide receivers
There's
are
a lot
dogs.
of them. There's a lot of them in
They're
this thing, man.
dogs, man.
But he's better than Chris Olave. He was better in college. Chris Olave is the deep ball guy. Garrett's the route dude. He is a better wide receiver than Chris Olave is.
He is.
Because it's even going back to OSU, it was Wilson, Olave for 22 yards down the field. Wilson, Olave for a touchdown.
Of course.
Garrett Wilson gets all the work. He's going to get all the points, and you're going to get him in the third round of drafts again this year. So you get a top 10 wide receiver in the third round. That's a lock and loaded pick for me. I'm okay with Garrett Wilson. And you get top 5 upside if something works in New York.
He got no choice but to work in New York.
Yeah.
Man, it's Garrett Wilson. I mean, at the end of the day, it's Garrett Wilson. You know he gonna go for over 1,000, and the only thing bad about him is the touchdown.
Yeah, because he had another 150 targets last year.
Yep.
100 receptions.
And Rodgers got the touchdowns up from like 3 to 7.
Right? So his numbers went up a little bit.
Justin Fields, can we get that to like 10, please? So we can throw him in that top 10.
I really like Justin Fields. I like a lot
Please.
too. I like these
Please.
discount quarterbacks this year
Pretty please.
with the cherry on top.
Yeah. Coming from a guy who gonna draft Garrett Wilson, please.
You've taken him 2 years in a row, right?
Yeah. I love him.
I never get Garrett Wilson.
I love him.
Greedy
You
ass.
see why?
I see.
I love him, man.
I had to slide DK up there into my tier, but I'm a little higher on DK. I know it. But it's still like that 15, 16
Where you at? Because I'm at 15.
With DK?
I'm at 15 and I'm at Devontae Adams.
I got Devontae at 15, and I got DK at 16. So they're in the back.
Yeah.
The
I got Devontae at 15.
Yep.
And if I were to have a 16, it'll be A.J. Brown.
I got AJ up there a little bit more. Not happy about it. I should probably move him. I don't know, man. Yeah, I need to get AJ Brown out of that top 15. I don't like having him there. I'm not drafting him this year. The Eagles don't pass like that. They paid Saquon. They're gonna feed him. Like I'm out on AJ Brown this year. It might be a little bit of sourness from last year, but just a little bit. But Devontae Adams, I love though.
Yeah, I got Devontae Adams right here. I mean, 85 receptions, 1,063 yards, 88 touchdowns, 17.2 fantasy average. I mean, you throw him that Sean McVay system. I mean, that part. That show you no doubt 2 wide receivers can be top 10. Hey, why not? I mean, last year targets 141, 9th in the NFL. Target share 29.5. That was 5th in the NFL. I mean, red zone targets 25. That was 3rd in the NFL.
Yep. He's a top 5 NFL wide receiver.
Yeah.
And he's going to – the McVay part is juicy, man.
Exactly.
I like it a lot.
He going with the best mind in the game.
Yep. And there's only a handful of offenses that can support top 15 wide receivers. Cincinnati's one of them. The Rams are one. And there might be one more. Can you think of another? No. Miami.
Cincinnati Rams. Yeah,
Cincinnati, Miami. Dallas, if Dak can get on track.
Yeah.
in the Rams. There's like 4 teams that you can have 2 top 15 wide receivers.
Exactly.
The Rams are one of them.
They definitely it.
And now you get Devontae Adams, who's arguably a first ballot Hall of Famer at this point.
Definitely a first ballot.
Yeah. And you pair him with a dude like Puka, you got 2 bodyguards on the outside to catch the ball, man.
Exactly.
They are going to body people this year. And then you get him in that system.
I'm high on the Rams this year. I feel like the Rams are probably going to be in that NFC Championship game this year.
It depends what they do on the defensive side of the ball.
Wasn't that the NFC Championship?
But,
No, it's Washington.
Yeah. But bad defenses are good for fantasy. So I'm okay if their defense is terrible.
The Rams?
Yeah.
The Rams' defense is pretty good.
It was better than expected. I'll give them that. But it's not like you're not afraid to play the Rams defense.
No, I mean, but they got some pass rushers on there. Jerry Verse, Kobe Parkinson.
Yeah. But losing Aaron Donald hurt.
It did.
It still hurts. But Devontae Adams I did have in that tier, though. So I'm glad to see him there. Glad you have him there, too.
Yeah. I got A.J. Brown in my almost club.
Yeah.
I mean,
any other, guys?
The reason I ain't got him that low is because, I don't trust Jalen Hurts.
That part. Yeah, like I said, the offense doesn't move like that.
The analytics show us different. If you really want to get into it.
That's why he's always ranked high. I know. Yeah. That's why I drafted him last year.
Target share 34.4%. Fourth. Target rate 28.4. That was 10th. Air yard share. 47%.
34% of a crap pizza is still a crap pizza.
Dominator rating 38.3%. That was 4th. Listen to this. Explosive play rating 133.1. That was first in the NFL.
Oh, yeah. And he's that dude when he gets the opportunities. We saw it when he was in Tennessee. He's got that Nico build to him.
Exactly.
They just don't use him like that in Philly.
Nope.
They don't want to run a team like that. They want to run it old school.
Nope. The downside of drafting the A.J. Brown was, he only had 67 receptions in the PPR league. You ain't want that. That's 30th in the NFL. Red zone targets. He only had 10.
I know. I had him last year. The PPR part hurts because you're waiting on big plays or touchdowns.
That's 44th in the NFL.
Yeah, and when Saquon's on that team, he's the number one most explosive running back in the league.
The target separation got me because the target separation was 1.2 yards, and it was 92nd in the NFL.
Oh, he separates. That's elite wide receivers. You'll notice that number's up there. That's what I look for when I look for wide receivers is that separation number.
Yeah.
So when I see that number, it's lights up. The little light bulb goes off. Like, bing. Okay. Yeah. He gets open. That's why Lad McConkey's so good.
But you was asking who are some guys out?
Who almost made your list? Like some fringe dudes.
Some fringe dudes? A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
64 receptions, 1,017 yards. 4 touchdowns last year. This is with Will Levis at quarterback. Now you insert Cam Ward. Cam Ward is way better than Will Levis. Let's just speak on that.
Oh, yeah. But the Cam Ward camp news has been phenomenal.
I know.
They love Cam Ward down there.
You want to get into it? Air yards, he had 1,883 yards. That was first in the NFL.
You talking about Calvin?
Yeah, air yard share 44.1%. That was 4th in the NFL. Deep targets 32. That was 3rd in the NFL.
And it should work out this year. We were all excited last year because we were getting a 7th round discount on him. And he's got the stats to put up. He got the analytics that show it. It was just the quarterback play was so bad.
And explosive plays, he had 22. That was 2nd in the league.
Yeah.
So sleep on Calvin Ridley if you want to. You can catch Calvin Ridley in the 5th,
that part,
6th round. But if you was one of them guys that,
and he can be a top 15 dude for you.
Oh, he definitely could. He got all the potential to be top 10. It just depend on what top 15. It just depends on what Cam Ward do at the wide receiver spot.
A dude I had to slide into my almost range was Cortland Sutton. And it's based on
I like Cortland
no
Sutton.
one else to throw it. He was a top 15 receiver last year.
Yeah. Cortland Sutton
did
always
quietly.
seems to kind of quietly finishing that top 15.
And it's because Bo Nix got no one else. It's his first read.
Yeah.
It's Cortland Sutton.
Of course.
So I think it would be disrespectful to Cortland Sutton to not put him in the conversation. The opportunity is given at that point. There's no one else to get to it.
Yeah, pretty much. I would have Cortland Sutton in that almost club.
Yeah. It's just not a sexy pick.
Yeah, it's not. If I could get Cortland Sutton
Sutton.
as my flex or I feel like I won.
Oh, he's very flexy.
Yeah, I feel like I won if I could throw him at my flex.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of guys I feel like if I could throw him at my flex, I win.
Another dude who
That I could catch late.
almost made it was J-Mo. Jameson Williams.
Ooh.
I had a hard time not.
Man, I went same division, but I'm gonna let you finish with your J-Mo love.
I had a hard time not putting him in that upper tier, like that 10 to 15 range. I might have to go back and look at some numbers because it depends on how that offense looks. Like, I don't think losing Ben Johnson is going to hurt that much, but it'll take a little bit of a hit. I don't think it's going to work the way it did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Where we at? Jameson. Here we go. I got it. But yeah, this is a dude who last year over 1,000 yards receiving.
Yeah.
Okay. Almost had 100 targets, which is a wide receiver too. If I can get a wide receiver too with 90 targets, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
And he, catches 60% of them. He had 58 receptions, 1,000 yards.
Yeah. I like J-Mo.
Yeah. It was a breakout year last year for him, especially
Yeah, it
coming
was.
off that first year, man. I felt so bad. This was a kid who came out of college and was like ready to go. Like, we were super high on Jameson Williams, and then he had the suspension. Then he had the injury. Now he's finally getting around. I think it's going to be a big year for him.
Yeah, it should be a big year. I got him. He kind of fringy for me.
Yeah.
He another one of them flex guys that I feel like.
Yeah. It was just depending on where he's going in drafts. Like, you can get him in the 5th, 6th. He's in the 6th round. I've seen him in the 6th in drafts. So I'm okay with that one, too, for the cost.
Yeah, of course. And you know another guy I'm happy with for the cost, man.
Who's that?
DJ Moore.
Okay.
Man, give me
Yo,
some
how
DJ
are we asleep
Moore.
on DJ Moore?
Exactly. I ain't sleep. He in my almost club. I just got them guys ranked a little bit higher.
Yeah. And we should be high on him. Because we're high on Caleb.
Exactly.
We're
And
high
why
on
not be
Rome.
high on his number one target. I mean, targets 140, 10th. Snap share 94.8%, third.
Yeah.
I mean, routes run 636, fourth. Deep targets 20, 17th. Red zone targets 21, 9th. Receptions was 9th with 98. Yak 588 was third. Target separation 2.18.
Yeah. And it's not like it's
was
something new that just happened when he got to Chicago. He was doing the same thing when he was in Carolina. Like,
Exactly.
He just goes out there and catches. The only thing that's ever held him back is
DJ Moore. As long as
touchdown upside.
Caleb Williams stay upright,
Yeah,
DJ Moore will probably finish in the top 15.
he should. I mean, we should probably go back and look at that then.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the guys I got right there.
It was that little, like, that middle area. It was a little hard to kind of squeeze some guys in and out.
Yeah, I'm confident in my guys I got right ahead.
Yeah. I know Zay Flowers. He's not.
This would have him at a top 20 finish if we were being technical.
Who's that?
DJ Moore.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean,
Yep.
putting him in the top 20 in the days in NFL is like being top 5. It's like being top 5 back in the day.
Right. But yeah, I like DJ Moore, especially in PPR leagues, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're not playing in PPR, what are y'all doing? Like, get your points for your receptions, even if it's half a point. I just like the full point. It makes my math easier when I'm counting into games. It's like, oh, that's a point. Another point.
Yeah.
You get a full point every time DJ Moore catches the ball.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I love it. Man,
Or-
DJ 90
Or if
90
Nico
receptions.
Collins is taking a foot on the field, that's a point.
You just talking about the targets. I mean, come on, man. 140 targets for DJ
That
Moore.
part. Like, when you want to talk about analytics and being numbers nerds, like, when you go to the spreadsheets and organize by targets, DJ Moore is always up there.
Exactly.
So to not have him in that upper tier, not upper tier, but, out of the top 20 is stupid.
It's just the quarterback play he's been dealing with.
Yeah, and the quarterback play can be mediocre. It's been mediocre his whole career. He's never had a good quarterback.
Exactly.
So if he gets mediocre play out of
That's
Caleb
the
Williams,
that's the breakthrough we need.
yeah. And Caleb Williams doesn't have to be great. He can be okay.
Exactly.
And DJ Moore is going to be okay.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I like DJ Moore a lot. Just consistent, too. Just another dude to have on your roster that doesn't give you headaches. It's so nice. It's nice to have. Because it's so frustrating having to deal with injuries, man. Last year, I had JT and A.J. Brown go down.
I lost George Pickens and Mike Evans last year.
Yeah. And
And
Rashi
then
Rice.
I had no CMC.
I drafted Rashee Rice everywhere last year because
even if I wouldn't have made them trades, I would have had injury problems because I had CMC and I had Nico.
Yeah, the Nico one hurt, man. Yeah.
So I'd have been dealing with them anyway.
Yeah, but start wrapping it up here. Next week.
Man, let's get into some of these rookies, man. Let's talk about some of these rookies with some impact, man.
We can do rookies. We can do some like just fantasy advice.
Yeah.
Like things to do, man. Like habits to get into. Like good fantasy traits to have. Like some things I can teach this guy. Get him a couple
I
chips.
can teach him, man.
That part, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
A little something about these receivers.
I need to learn. I want to learn. But yeah, man, next week, let's get to this 100 sub goal, right?
So us, man, y'all guys should smash that, man. Smash that.
We said episode 100, we're eating jalapenos, right?
Yeah.
I think we got to set benchmarks, like Scoville level benchmarks. Yeah.
Man, listen, man, y'all get us to 100 subscribers, we gonna bust out the jalapenos.
Oh yeah. And he's terrible with spice.
Yeah, I hate spicy.
Good diamond upside down as a.
Anyway.
But yeah, man, we'll talk rookies next week. We'll talk some fantasy stuff. But yeah, it's been we're loving this, man. Loving it.
Exactly, man. I'm loving it, man. I'm loving y'all loving it too.
It's been so fun.
Hey, man,
it's so fun.
I love this.
Like trying to do this for a living, man. Like get us out of this, working for other people.
Yeah, man.
Just never being appreciated.
Keep us hyping up, man.
Like,
keep liking and subscribing,
right.
Man.
If the word
drop a comment or two,
vocabulary,
man.
Yeah, hit the comments. Like,
man.
Where do you want to draw the line for like OGs, man? Like the original subscribers. You're like top 100, top 1,000, like.
Yeah, the top 1,000.
Like y'all tell us, like y'all the OGs right now. Like,
hey man, the
y'all
top
ain't on the
1,000,
ground
man,
floor.
Y'all the ones that got us here.
Right? Like appreciate, man.
Exactly.
We love y'all.
Man, we love all y'all.
Oh man, it's gonna be so fun, man.
Man, keep watching, man. Keep enjoying us, man. We love y'all guys, man.
And we're just gonna keep getting better, man. The information will get better. Like we'll get more comfortable. Like if you watch us now compared to even our first video from a month ago.
Yeah, we way better.
Oh yeah. Hey, it was I'm nervous. We're talking weird. We were sharing a damn microphone.
Yeah.
But
look at us. 2 mics, shouting.
2 mics, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We'll get some more people on here. We got some league mates who want to join in too. So love y'all.
Who want to join?
We got Dell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta get him in.
Yep.
Little funny face.
All nappy head.
Yeah, little funny face.
Peanut. Yes, sir. But yeah, we'll see y'all. Next week. Getting ready for it.
Yeah, man. Run this up, man. Run this up.
Yes, sir. Mock drafts. We need to do a mock draft here sometime too.
Yeah.
Probably July, beginning of July. We'll do mock drafts because that's when I send out invites for the league too. So we'll get into that. We'll pull draft order. We'll do some mock drafts. Let us figure it out on the computer side.
Yeah, man. Make sure y'all drop some comments. Let us know if y'all got any questions, man. Anything y'all want to know fantasy-wise, man. We here for y'all.
Yeah, that part, man. We're here to win championships. That's what this is all about.
All about the ring.
Yes, sir. That's why this one's displayed 24/7.
That's the first one.
Yeah.
It's been 5 years since that one.
Well, there's other ones. There's other ones.
It's been 5 years since that one.
We're going on year 5, sir.
Hey, well, it's been 4 years since that one.
It's okay. He's ready for a buddy.
Yeah.
They updated the model too.
He ain't gonna get one before I get one.
They got an upgrade, so now I can get a different ring.
I was a play away from the championship last year.
Yeah, I was.
I don't want to talk about
a play away from 2 championships.
The heck?
The CD Lamb play in the finals, where he went for 97 yards and a touchdown on one play, cost me a championship.
Maybe.
That was 20 points in one play.
CD was gonna eat though.
Oh, this is so frustrating.
CD's gonna kill you.
All right, y'all. We love y'all. See y'all next week. Keep coming back. Bye.